Welcome, everybody, to SGL 2022 Mega Man X 100% Tournament. Oh, they're starting already. No time to even do any introduction. So if anybody's familiar with Mega Man X 100%, you'll know this is quite a high-octane run. There's never really any downtime, and right off the bat, we're going to have quite a bit of RNG in intro that'll determine, well, first, if our runners can get out. Hopefully they'll all be taking a slightly safer, marathon safe approach to these bees we'll see coming up. Oh, Demi got a walker. Looks like Stall got a walker. No, Stall didn't get a walker. The bees can do a couple different patterns. They can fire a missile and shoot their machine gun, or they can drop walkers. Ideally, what you want to see is a machine gun or a missile, because the walkers do, well, if he drops a walker, you're going to run into him and take slightly more damage. Call that a passive bee, and 2 passive bees results in death. So all of our runners got through. Nice. Good to see that. And the second bit of RNG, really crucial RNG, is going to be the ship and vial. So the end of this stage has an unwinnable fight, and you want to be at 3 or less health so that vial will capture you right away. Otherwise, he's going to run into you and do some punching to lower your health down to 3 pixel or 3 pips so that you can progress the cutscene. So you're going to see all of our runners take a little bit of damage to make sure they're at 3 or less. All of them are. And not too bad RNG, decent RNG on the ship. And we'll see what kind of pattern vial gives them. Good pattern for Giochi. Good patterns all the way around. Nice. No troll vials or outer space vials where he jumps backwards off the screen and then has to take about 6 or 7 steps to even get in range to grab X. So it's possible we might see a couple different route divergences. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens, and I'll talk about that as they happen. But all of our runners are going straight into Penguin. We want the dash boots right away, because this wouldn't be much of an X game without X doing some dashing. So Penguin is always going to be our first Maverick. And there's quite a bit of things to talk about. First is the pre-capsule section, where we'll be taking out some loggers and some bunnies, just some wild animals in our way. And then we'll enter a cave. In that cave, you might see some interesting tech. I'm not sure what all of our runners are going to do, but you should see some things called slope jumps, which you see them utilized here, but not. It's a little bit harder to tell there. So we'll see. Any slope jumps here? Okay, yep. On Demu did the reverse slope jump, turnaround slope jump. And basically what that does is allows X to use the downward slope to propel his jump height and momentum. And it's just a slight optimization, but it looks really cool. All of our runners are pretty neck and neck here. Once we get these dash boots, that's really where you can start bleeding some time, depending on how well your chaining dashes. Giochi's the first to get moving. Demu's second, Stall third. Everybody's really close. And no stops. And Giochi's coming into a very tricky section where you have to deal with some snowballs and some snowball throwers. And this section's tough on the hands. It's a very tough section. We'll see how our runners do here. Giochi gets through. Pretty nice. Very nice from Demu. Nice from Stall. All of our runners got through without a problem, so that's good. And into Penguin fight. One of the most heavy RNG Mavericks there is in this game. And once again, he can do a few different attacks. So if you were paying attention to Giochi's screen, you've seen pretty much every attack he can do. He can slide, which you don't want. He can do an ice breath that'll make clones, which it's okay. Ideally, you want him to be ice breathing as much as possible. And he can also spit ice cubes, or he can jump, or go to the hook. So pretty much any of them are fine. You just don't want to see him slide. So we'll see if we can see the time difference coming out. Okay, demo left it. Ooh, it's really close. Yeah, really, really close. So Kwanger for Demu, Kwanger for Giochi, and Kwanger for Stahl. They're all going for Iceless. Kwanger stage is very, very tough. It's one of the toughest, if not the toughest, Maverick stage in this game. It's a lot of verticality, a lot of back and forth, really tight zigzag dash jumps, some tight navigation of dodging those lasers and strategic damage boosts, and then right into skipping missiles from the turtles. It's very tough, and that's just the first half. They haven't even gotten outside yet. So fortunately, they get a little bit of a breather on this elevator. They can kind of just take a little cheeky D boost off the spikes, and then stand inside the spikes as they ride the elevator, and that will avoid pretty much all the enemies. But the outside section is what's tough. So you've seen, kind of hard to spot, but there's been a couple what's called gap jumps. There's minor optimizations where you don't climb the ladder. And Demu first try. Demu got Iceless first try. Really, really nice. And he's already off and running towards the boss. 648 door. Giochi got it. Nice. Couple tries for Giochi. This is always a heart stopper. This trick is very difficult. Stahl got it. Nice. So they're all through the first major hurdle of this route. Or presumably, I would assume Demu and Giochi are going to go C3 route. So you're going to see a divergence most likely after Kwanger. But yeah, I mean, still very tight. Still anybody's race. Demu exits. Let's see. Got the headshot on 738. Solid time. Giochi looking like 10 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds behind. He got it at 48. Stahl is not far behind them. Looks like Stahl might be 804, 805. Yeah, so Demu is going for a trick known as C3. This is the first instance we're going to have of a phantom grab, hopefully. And, oh, Giochi's also going for this. This is the toughest route you can run in this game. It's very reset heavy in early game, but it does save, I don't know exactly how much, something like, I think 11 seconds over the course of the run. Giochi got it. Nice. So Demu is opting to not go for a second try, and he's just going to do a chameleon revisit. If you look at the top left of your screen, yeah, Stahl just got carpet. Nice. I was going to explain carpet, so that's another instance of a phantom grab. I realized I was slightly behind. I apologize. I am now caught up. Oh, nice. The tank is there, and Stahl's just going to fly right through Eagle. You're going to see Giochi and Demu going to Eagle after Chameleon, and they will also be attempting carpet. Carpet's it's a big time saver, a big time loss. It's a pretty make or break trick. The early game of Mega Man X 100%, when you're running Iceless or C3, it's a gauntlet. It's tough. It's very tough. A lot of resets. But fortunately for Stahl, he got carpet. He's managed to take it all the way to the helmet capsule, and the rest of the stage is pretty easy. So there's not really much to say about Chameleon. It's a pretty scripted fight. There's a little bit of RNG in his opening jump, but once you have him in the boomerang loop, there's really nothing to it. Eagle, on the other hand, is with Buster, which you'll see Stall doing, is very RNG heavy. So you want to see no dives or as little dives as possible. No hovers and very little dives. So we'll see if Mr. Eagleed is kind today. So far he's cooperating. He's going up. Not too bad, a hover. He's coming back down. Like he's going to cooperate. Going back up again for another hover. Not bad RNG at all. And you can see Stahl is happy with that RNG. So yeah, still very, very tight. Very tight race. So now Giochi and Demu will be going into Eagle for Carpet, and Stahl will be continuing on. So Stahl's going to end with Chameleon. He'll be doing Chameleon 8th, whereas Demulin and Giochi will be ending on Octo. I was going to say Octopus, but Octo. Launch Octopold. There's not really too much to talk about in Mammoth. It's a pretty relaxing stage. I mean, there's quite a bit that can go wrong, of course, but coming out of early game, it is a pretty relaxing stage where you can kind of just take a breather and reorient yourself and get focused on the fact that you've gotten out of early game and you can actually try and get a run go. Demu got Carpet, Giochi all three runners got Carpet, actually. So, very nice. See, probably the hardest part of Mammoth stage is that climb that you just saw Stall do. It's a little tricky to get off the ice sled and grab that ledge, and then grabbing the sub tank with the boomerang. It's a little tricky. The heart as well. Rest of it, there's not too much to it. Mammoth himself is, granted, he has a little bit RNG, but it's not really a time waster. Pretty free fight. You just kind of place a tornado right at his face and let it do its job. But we'll see what kind of Eagle RNG Demu and Giochi get. So here's the major route divergence. The major benefit to doing C3 is you have Eagle's weakness in C-Sting. So he control you a lot less because he won't dive as much and waste as much time. So no dives from Demu. And he's going up for Giochi, but looks like he might come back down. Yep. No dives. No dives all the way around. That is rare. So Stahl will be continuing on with Mandrill. Demu and Giochi will be going into Mammoth, and there'll be another slight divergence after that. Demu will definitely go into his revisit, his Penguin revisit. I believe Giochi will as well. I'm not sure if he does it after the 8 Mavericks or if he does it. I'm pretty sure he does it after Mammoth, though. Now, on Stahl's side, he's starting has already started Mandrill, but Mandrill is probably, in my opinion, I think a large majority of runners' opinions, really close to Kwanger as far as the most technical of the 8 Maverick stages. Mandrill is technical for different reasons than Kwanger is. Kwanger is tough because there's a lot of verticality and, of course, iceless if you're running it. Mandrill, there's just it's just a tough thing to describe as far as why it's technical. It's a lot of really tight strats in Mandrill stage, and a lot of weapon swapping, especially at the beginning. A lot you're gonna see it at the end too. It's just the enemy placement makes the stage very difficult. Still having a little bit of trouble getting that heart. But he got it, and he's through. Health is fine. So there's going to be another pretty big advantage to doing C3 route that you'll see. I'll talk about later on in the Mandrill fight. But Giochi and Demulant's Mandrill fight will look quite a bit. Well, yeah, sure. I'd say quite a bit different than Stahl's will be. So Stahl, you'll see him dashing back and forth to fire the ice. And little quirk with Mandrill is his iframes actually run out before he's unfrozen. So you can actually hit him with another ice shot slightly before he breaks out of the ice that's freezing him or imprisoning him. So it makes that fight not too bad. A little bit of RNG from him. I mean, you don't want to see punches, but they don't really waste too much time. They're not really that tough to deal with. Your health is fine in 100%, so you don't have to worry about dying. So we'll see if Stahl goes for Indillo, goes for the other little trick, Phantom Grab. Yeah, so both Demu and Giochi are doing their Penguin Revisit after Mammoth, which is another slight divergence with C3. Is really the only thing that you need for the Penguin Revisit is Fire Wave, Sea Sting, and the upgraded Buster. And really, Sea Sting and the upgraded Buster aren't a requirement. You could opt to do it without them. It just makes it harder and I would say less consistent. It's easier to be consistent with Sea Sting. And I did not see if Stahl went for the Phantom Grab and Dillo. I don't think he does normally go for it. Demu and Giochi are just flying through Mandrill at the moment. Demu is in Zam's Hallway. Strat that is affectionately referred to as Zam's Hallway, which is not full Zam's Hallway because of the going to Chameleon third, but still we'll still call it Zam's Hallway. Dillo is another big source of RNG. So hopefully he's kind to Stahl and decides to open up. Yep, he did. So that's good. Good to see that. Demu getting Paul Hart. Nice. So just a slight optimization on Demu's side. You're able to grab that heart from the ledge that the turtle is on. It's a little bit tricky to pull it off, but not terribly difficult. Giochi going for it as well. It's a little too short on the boomerang. A nice backup, not a problem. So here's with the Mandrill fight. Here's where you'll see this Demu do this fight slightly differently. He'll be opting to take damage boost from Mandrill, stay right on top of him. And the reason he's able to do that is because of Chameleon third. He's already got the armor upgrade, so he's taking a lot less damage from bonking into Mandrill than you would if you didn't have, if you did Chameleon 8th, Chameleon 5th. No, I mean Chameleon 5th you can still. I don't know Chameleon 5th. I'm sorry, I don't know the actual Maverick route for Chameleon 5th, but with C8 you would not Iceless and Iceful, the route's known as Iceless and Iceful. You wouldn't have armor to be able to do that. If you tried doing that, you would die. You probably wonder, well, why did X die? I see other people do it. That's because you don't have the armor upgrade. Octo will be our final source of major Maverick RNG. And I would say this is a deceptively difficult stage. On the surface, this stage is not too difficult, but when you really start getting a tight gold and really optimizing your strats, there's a lot that can go wrong in this stage. Stahl collecting the final, well, what would be the final Maverick upgrade for Chameleon third, aside from any revisits. And I didn't see if Demu or Giochi, either of them got or went for the Phantom Grab in Armadillo stage. So we'll have to wait for revisits and see if they go for it again. They could opt to skip it. I'm not sure. So Octo is a pain. So far, he's being kind for... Oh, really kind, actually. There's no swirlers. So he can do this. He can either shoot missiles, fire some babies, or he can go up and do a whirlpool or a tornado. There's a bunch of different names for it. But during that, he's invulnerable. And looks like pretty good RNG for Dillo or on Dillo for Demu and Giochi. I saw Giochi got the instant open. God Dillo. But yeah, so Octo can waste a whole lot of time. He can just decide to keep doing those swirlers and wasting all that time. So it may look like Stall is slightly ahead. Honestly, I'm not quite sure who's ahead. They're all very close. Stall has to do Penguin Revisit after he does Chameleon, whereas Demu and Giochi have already done it. So they're all going into the last Mavericks. However, Penguin Revisit takes, give or take, 50-something seconds, 52, 53 seconds, something around that time. So I don't think he's went into Chameleon with that much of a lead. So I want to say probably Demu slightly. He's got a slight advantage, but it's still a very close race. I'm being corrected in chat by JuiceBoy425, 52.7 seconds. Well, thank you, JuiceBoy. It was pretty... Chameleon's a pretty standard fare. We did see it earlier. The only thing that really changes is how Stall grabbed the heart. He didn't grab it with a Phantom Grab, which I didn't even really talk about. Phantom Grabs are very, very precise. The Chameleon one is pixel perfect. Because of dash speed, you'll only ever be on one of the pixels, moving that at that speed. But basically how they work is you have to collect the first drop that appears on screen, and the frame after you collect it, you have to load in the item, an item that is dubbed or deemed grabbable. Which there's a whole variety of different items that are deemed grabbable by the game's code. Upgrades happen to be one of them. Parts, sub-tanks, stuff like that. Conveyor belts. And it will cause, I believe it's like an overflow or underflow or memory, something to do with the memory. And it will load that object into your boomerang. So they're very precise, pretty make or break. I guess I should have talked about that earlier, but trying to watch 3 screens. So, Demu has to do, yeah, I forgot. Demu didn't get C3, so he has to do the additional Chameleon Revisit. So, not a whole lot of time. So, everyone's through 8 Mavs. And Stall's going into his Penguin Revisit. Demu and Giochi are both going into their Dillo Revisit. So, they have slight advantage on them, probably on Stall, probably about 52.7 seconds. Thank you, Juice Boy. And we'll see. So Demu got it. Second try booty for Demu. Nice. So we have seen all the Phantom Grabs that you can do in this run. Well, not all of them. I don't think anybody got the Mammoth one. But really nice. So if you noticed, because Giochi and Demu were almost synced up, it was kind of easy to spot. But Giochi had to wait for that crusher, the spike crusher thing, to break through the bedrock or dirt, whatever you want to call that. And he had to go behind there and grab the sub tank, whereas Demu could just keep going because he got a Phantom Grab on it, which we like to call booty grab because of the way X is sliding down the wall. So you have 2 tries at that. It is drop dependent. Oh, Stall take a death. It's not a terrible death, but he's going to have to farm a life. So yeah, you have 2 tries at it. Drop dependent. You know, you need to drop from the front or back bat. And getting it first try saves about 6 or 7 seconds, and getting it second try saves about 3 or 4 seconds. Missing it both times will cost a little bit of time, but if you're pretty confident in your ability to phantom grab, it's definitely worth going for at levels that these guys are at. So we have to see. For those of you unfamiliar with Mega Man X, 100% Mega Man X, they are taking intentional deaths here. They have to see a very specific spot up at the top right of the screen where that little health refill is, a total of 5 times. And on the 5th time, they have to have all upgrades, including all armor, all sub-tanks, and all hearts, and be at full health. And there will be an additional capsule with a super secret weapon in it from Street Fighter, the Hadouken. A nice blue fireball that Mega Man can shoot from his hands, and it annihilates bosses. It will one-shot pretty much anything in the game, except for the very final boss. So Demu's in the capsule, Gyochi's in the capsule. Let's see. Looks like 2630 for Demu. 2637. So there's about 7 seconds between Gyochi and Demulant right now. But the hard part is just starting. Fortress is a gauntlet. So they're going to be taking strategic damage boosts here for another Vile cutscene that they're going to skip quite a bit of or speed up. It's called Vile skip, but it actually doesn't really skip much. It just allows the cutscene to play while you're moving. So it effectively just skips the locking X in place. It's pretty easy to do. There are ways to optimize it, which you just saw Demu do, where he jumped off the floor that will normally trigger the camera lock. But the Fortress is a grind. They have to be at full health every time. That's the caveat with Hadouken. You have to be at full health to use it. So ideally, they're not going to be hit through the entire Fortress. They should have a few sub-tanks as backup just in case, but taking sub-tanks costs time. Every time you get hit costs time. So and Fortress is definitely not easy. Even bonking your way through it there's some pretty tight strats you'll be seeing. So Stahl's coming in Sig 1 too. Sig 1 as well. Not Sig 1 2. Sig 1-2. Nice. Demu's through Vile skip. Gyochi's through Vile skip. Stahl a little messed up on the platform, so he wasn't able to get Leap of Faith, it's just a way to do a faster platform cycle for those green platforms. It's risks death though, so it's a little scary. Nice gap, nice climb, nice gap on Demu's side. Gyochi going into his climb. So again, there's a few different ways you can do this climb, which we are already seeing 2 different ways to do it. Demu opted to pop C-Sting early, whereas Gyochi waited to pop C-Sting. It's just gives you a little bit more time with the invulnerability that C-Sting gives. Stahl got Vile skip. Everybody got Vile skip, so nice. No Kwanger teleports so far. And Demu's coming into Boss Spider, however you want to say his or her name. And a 6 cross. Nice. About the worst pattern you can get from Boss Spider. But now you're seeing the power of Hadouken. It annihilated Kwanger, and it annihilates the Spider. It annihilated Vile as well. It just absolutely shreds. So that was a 3 cross for Gyochi. Spider's a tricky fight. It's very easy to mess up, get bonked by Spider. It takes a lot of time to be comfortable reading the patterns. And as far as Fortress RNG goes, Demu has now started Sigma 2, which contains a make or break boss that can really decide to waste a lot of time depending on the color of the eyes it decides to give you. Pretty standard. The refights are baked into the Fortress stages. There's not a boss rush in X1. They brought it back for X2 and X3 and X4 as well and onwards. I'm not too familiar with anything past X3, but yeah, so they're sort of baked in. They're nothing to really even talk about. A little tricky, but nothing that these runners can't handle. It's just pretty much staying at full health and sending a Hado their way, and that makes easy work of them. All future X games had boss rushes. Okay, so yeah, I was pretty sure when they introduced it, it would, it was a feature that would stay. But so let's talk about Rangda Bangda, the living wall. We'll see what kind of eye. Okay, so green eye is what you don't want to see. That's the worst possible. And a roaming red, nice, and a stationary red. So 3 different color eyes with a few different behaviors. Blue, red, and green. Ideally, what you want to see is a blue and roaming red. That would be known as a God Rangda. Pyochi got an opening green and a stationary red, so no blue eyes yet. And we also saw Demu one cycle the nose. There's it's a little bit tricky to get the work out the visual cues for one cycling the nose, but it definitely saves a good chunk of time not having the walls. Well, the walls wouldn't, if the eyes are dead, the walls won't open back up, but the nose will. The nose will kind of open and close again and then start moving. So nice, decent RNG. Could have been worse for both. And Demu I completely missed everything in the beginning of Sigma 3, so I'll talk about it now with Pyochi. Demu's going for Air Hado. I'll talk about that. Okay, so Giochi's going for a little trick called, okay, he got it. Dillo skip. So by not locking, the camera locks at a certain vertical height with X's jump, so of the room. So once it locks, it'll spawn the boss. But if you're able to jump low enough where it doesn't lock, you can use an ice sled to push you through and it won't spawn the boss. Air Hado, the second trick in Sigma 3 that's kind of make or break. You're seeing Giochi do right now. Oh, he got teleported on. You pretty much just bury an ice sled in the wall and input the down forward, pause to change weapons, and then there's a buffer window for when to press shoot, and that'll get, X will still be stationary on the platform, and you'll be able to get a Hado from midair. Cool looking trick. Again, it's not super difficult in practice. Under pressure, Sigma 3 is probably the toughest stage. There's a lot of grueling make or break tricks right at the end of the run. You got Dillo skip, Air Hado, and then Dom Dukin at the end. A little bit of RNG comes into play from these refights. Nice. Stahl got Dillo skip. See if he gets Air Hado. The Demu and Giochi are pretty much just going through and cleaning up the remaining Mavericks. Demu's going into D-Rex, the boss of Sigma 3. And he'll be going for a strat called Dom Dukin. Nice. Stahl got Air Hado. Nice. And Demu gets it. Nice. Scary looking trick. Once you get a feel for it, it's not too bad. But it definitely looks scary. Demu's going into Sigma 4. The final stage, 34. It looks like he exited at 34:40. Really solid time. Stahl having no trouble with Mandrill. I don't know if I saw any YOLO Mandrills. It's hard to keep track of everything at the same time. I know Stahl froze him with ice. Oh, Demu YOLO'd him? Nice. Yeah, you can do a little bit of a crazy strat there where you just buffer the Hado input during the health refill and then pray that he doesn't jump or shoot a spark. Oh, nice. Nice Jedi Hado. Tim check passed. Giochi's going into Sig 4. This is a really, really close race. The good thing about 100% is you really don't have to worry about claws here. Claws, lightning, anything, pretty much anything Wolf Sigma can throw at you, you can handle. You have more than enough health, more than enough damage mitigation. Unlike any percent or Buster only, where you're pretty much 1 or 2 shots from being killed. GG's Demulant. Looks like it was like a 3607. Nice. Stahl got Dom Doken. Stahl having a great run. Really great run. He's actually... Is he on PB pace? I know I saw his splits red, but... trying to do the math in my head. No timer is red. Thanks, Juice Boy. You're such a big help. Yeah, Stahl should be happy. He's having a really, really good run. Really good for marathon. So Giochi's just about finishing up Wolf Sigma here. See what the final time is. And looks like 36:57. GG. No trouble on Dog Hado from Stahl. Stahl's he's feeling it. He's feeling the pressure. Tell by the look on his face. The hard part's over, though. Nice. I believe all 3 racers got the Jedi buffer. There's nothing worse than missing the buffer Jedi Hado. And having Jedi just come slamming into your face and taking damage. Slight claw block on Stahl's side, but yeah, 236 is a low 36, high 36. Looks like gonna be like a low 38, maybe. Nice.
Hello.
Hey, there you are. GG. Nice run.
Yeah, I never expected that to work that well.
So GG Stahl 38 flat or 38:01. I'm not sure how quickly he stopped the timer.
GG Stahl.
Yeah, it was super tight through like the whole run. Oh yeah, yeah, it was close.
I don't know. Tell me. Like I tried something new. I focused on my gameplay and didn't watch anything. so I don't know. Yeah, I just knew that I hit C3 and I was like, nice.
Yeah, you and Demu traded the lead back and forth a few times. Demu missed it. He actually took a death in C3, and then he just opted to revisit, but he did get booty. Oh, everybody got carpet. Demu got air Hado. Stahl got air Hado.
Yeah, I missed air Hado. He teleported. I was so sad.
Yeah, I saw the Hado came out, but he teleported.
I was so sad. I was like, that would have been, like, trick-wise, the perfect run.
Stahl, GG.
GG Stahl.
Solid run. You were nailing everything through Fortress.
Dude, I just barely. I had +10 on my timer, and I had I lost even time on the Hadoken split. I think you saw what happened.
Yeah, you took a death, an unfortunate death.
Yeah, and I had to farm alive, so like I throw away my race PB here, like my real PB in a race, just like that. But I golded Sigma 3 by 2 seconds.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a solid run all the way around. Everybody had really solid runs.
Carpet, no dives, everything was in my favor.
Yeah, I had no dives as well.
Yeah, all three of you had no dives.
No.
Really?
All 3 of you had no dives.
That's a lie. So we all got no dives. What we could have had would have been a lottery win. But we chose to get three times 0 dives.
Nice. but did everybody got carpet as well?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody got carpet.
Wow.
Yep.
That was the one thing I really, really wanted to hit in this race. The only thing, screw iceless, carpet was that trick I had to do. I had to get.
Everybody had good icelesses too.
No, mine was crap. I had a 5th try iceless. That was so bad.
But it's
Yeah,
not
that's a good
terrible
try
for a
for
race.
me.
That's not terrible.
That's good for me. I take 5th try. Like on average, I take 5th try, dude.
Yeah, I mean, Stall's still like somewhat recent to iceless, right? So
Yeah.
you got it pretty. From what I saw, it was really quick.
It changes on a daily business. Like
Yeah.
first try
Yeah.
to not getting at all. It's like I don't know. There's no good average for me today. Recently, but hey, it worked in the race. I
Hey,
think.
there's Demulet.
Demo, GG.
GG Demu.
GG.
Oh wait, one question is very important. Did everybody got the ownage blast in the intro?
No, you won the race.
I'm
Do you got
sorry.
it?
No.
Okay,
Race.
I
I'm
won.
sorry.
Everybody had to forfeit. I only had the Baja blast.
I am bad.
Go home.
You're the winner.
I-
You're the winner
I-
of the hearts.
I hit every fucking trick in the game. Go home, guys. Sorry for the language.
So
I'm the
Demu,
moral winner.
Demu, how'd you feel about your run? Solid run.
Yeah, I missed C3. It was annoying, but I think overall I made pretty many small mistakes. So overall it was okay.
Yeah, 36:15 in a race is
Sounds good.
super
That's
nice
very
time.
good. Very good.
And then you just
Also, I just informed Stahl and Giochi that everybody got a no dive eagle.
Yeah.
Nice.
That will literally never happen again in a race. Never.
yeah.
You all kind of
People know
got
that.
everybody kind of got bad rang to RNG though. Both Demu and Giochi got, or both you
Yeah,
Demu and you
I was
Giochi
so
got
annoyed.
green eye opener.
I
I
got
was
a blue.
so annoyed.
I got a blue eye and a stationary red eye, but I missed
Oh,
the
that's
one
not bad.
cycle nose. I missed one cycle nose.
Demu
But,
got a
yeah.
roaming red. He got green into roaming red, which he got the Hado on and got one cycle.
And not, by the way, not trying to brag about, but I also got a no dive eagle in SIG 2.
Yo, that's the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that matters in the run.
Yeah.
Wait, the question is, did you have a no dive eagle or did you have to have a no dive eagle? That's the difference.
Yeah. No, I hit the Hadoken. I hit it. It's
Okay.
all good. I was just fooling around here.
Alright.
But I was super nervous on my Dillo skip. Like, I think I did the classic have to adjust thing, but it worked out this time.
So your
Yeah.
brain didn't fool you this time.
No, not this time.
Stahl
But I had to
hit
wait an extra cycle.
Stahl hit everything you can possibly hit in SIG 3. You got it all.
Dude, but
You-
I stick with it, by the way. You fly as a runner, since you've played the game as well, you know this is true. I stick with it. Whenever you do Dillo skip, your brain always tells you, no, go a step to the right, and you are perfectly positioned. And your brain is always like, no, go to the right, and then you miss it. And the brain then is like, ha, failed. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a common way to, definitely a common way to miss Dillo skip is walking too far to the right, and then you see the camera pan up and instant sadness. Also,
Yes.
Gio, how come your splits are blue?
Huh, what?
Your live split is blue, your timer.
Yeah, I have no clue. I did something. I don't know what I did.
I saw it stop blue on 36:58, and I was like, how was
Yeah,
that a
no.
PB for him?
I have no clue. I think I did something with my comparison. I think I compared it to my average or whatever. I have no clue what I did. I don't understand live split. I just take the time and I see like, okay, I'm plus 1 minute 08. That was matter for me.
Nobody understands live split. We all just
It's
deal with it.
it's a mystery to everyone. This program is like the deepest mystery we have. Screw ETFs and like real estate. This is the mystery.
True.
So solid runs all the way around. I don't know. Nobody's
I just
really
super
booting
happy
us
with
out
my
yet.
time. A little bit sad that I missed the sub 38 in the end, and of course the PB, but I couldn't have asked for a better run, to be honest. Like,
Yeah,
especially
you were
in a race,
10,
it was
10 seconds off, right? 10 seconds off. PB.
yeah, and usually I can save up to 15 seconds on the Hadoken split, and I lost time this race. Like 15 seconds time loss is free in the Hado split.
I mean, to be 10 seconds off your PB and be on PB pace for most of the run during a race for X1, I mean, you can't ask for more than that, right?
Yeah, I mean,
really good.
small
There's
mistakes
a
like
lot
in
that can go
manual.
wrong in this game.
Had like third try hard grab or something on manual, like small mistakes, but still awesome pace all over the place.
Yeah, super solid run. Everybody had really, really solid run. You
Honestly-
guys all showcased every Phantom Grab in the except I don't think anybody got Mammoth Phantom Grab, but
No, but I tried. Like I tried. I tried to position myself. I felt like that should have been it, and then I didn't get it. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just like I don't understand the game at all. Like I never expected to hit anything. I thought I will never hit C3. I thought I will never hit carpet, and then everything worked. I was like, what?
I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Demulant did get the Mammoth Phantom Grab. So you guys showed every Phantom Grab in the game.
Nice. Nice.
Aside, well,
All the
aside
booty
from,
grabs.
aside from Kwang or Skip, but
Yeah.
Okay, reset, guys.
is redundant in Hundo.
Any percent race next. Let's go.
Back to back.
oh yeah, I
what's-
guess Optifly is a thing now, but it's still
yeah.
very new.
What is
so-
Okay, so I didn't play this game for several months. What is Optifly?
Sig 1 carpet?
Is that really a thing now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Oh
thing.
my
Made
God.
it a thing.
Oh my god.
And Auto Clipper copied
This
it
makes me
recently.
not want to come back. Another Phantom Grab. This makes me not want to come back.
But this seemed to be the easiest carp, like a little bit easier carp, right? You just have to get good drop RNG. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not doing it. So
You just gotta get drop RNG. That's it.
But the positioning seems to be a little bit easier with the like visual cue. I don't know.
It's like saying, yeah, booty's free. You just need the bats to be kind and drop something for you.
Booty is free. if you drop the pen, no.
C3 is free.
That's
That's the
only
truth. I hit C3. I'm happy. Now I can rest in peace.
Yeah.
So I gotta watch this race and watch the commentary from Mr. Floyd.
What
Thank
language was commentary?
It was in English, sadly.
Ah, okay.
Sadly, okay, so we gotta do this all over again because
Yeah,
I
you
was
can make
promised
a
I was promised German commentary.
Yeah, well,
can-
made up German commentary.
like
Maybe
you
not German
can.
commentary.
Did you ever do a reaction content? You know, rewatch the race, put it on YouTube, and then you make your German commentary under it. Dude, you have to do this. Reaction
Sounds like a
content by
Sammy
Fly.
thing to do.
Well, it's like
well,
taking notes.
gents.
Oh,
I don't know. Nobody's kicked us out yet, or told
No,
me
not
that?
yet. So, but we can. I think we're done. I don't want to talk to you
Yeah.
guys anymore. Just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah.
I love you all.
Well, thank
I-
you.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, same.
I have
man.
I have one of the most delicious chocolate bars there is. Like there are. This is like the best
Yeah,
chocolate
man.
bar ever.
Emo, you don't do a break now. You continue the stream and get your 0x now, your 0x. Or
Please, no.
34.
Why does Demo
No
always
quitting.
look, Demo looks so disappointed in like everybody?
I have to say, I'm not happy about this run. As for me, it was not good.
I had nothing to lose, so of course I'm happy. I could only win. I
I mean, as
you
speedrunners, are we ever happy with our runs?
No.
No,
Has there ever been a PB you've been
Dude.
proud of?
dude.
No.
Like a certain runner whose name shall be remaining a mystery is always like, yeah, even if GOPB is like 25 seconds, he's always like, yeah, I hate this run, it was so bad, and blah, and blub, and I did this mistake and that, and he's right. Like recently I PB'd a lot in my games, and I was always like, okay, I didn't like this, I didn't like this. It was a 10-second PB, and I was like, yeah, the run was bad. And then I remembered him saying that, and I laughed out in an instant. Because he was so right.
Okay.
All right,
nice
thank you for having
start to
us.
the tournament, yeah.
Solid
Have a great
race.
day, everybody.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I hope
I think
you enjoyed
tomorrow's
it.
the next. By the way, tomorrow's Poison Curls was High Fly, I think.
Ooh,
I don't know what
nice.
time, but sometimes tomorrow.
That's definitely sometime tomorrow.
In the future.
It will happen eventually.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. GG's, everyone.
GG's.
GG's.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.